Well, this is Joel with WeBuyHouses.com. Today we're going to do a walkthrough. So there's going to be two parts of this training. Number one is doing the actual walkthrough of the house, and number two we'll be filling out the spreadsheet. So we're in Canton, Texas, on Texas State Highway 19, just a little north of town, and we're on 10 acres here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a typical walkthrough. We're going to start on the outside and we're going to work on the inside, and we're going to work in a logical, clockwise manner so we don't have to backtrack. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have 10 acres here, and this land is all included. So as I'm taking pictures, I'm going to start out here. I'm going to take pictures with my phone, and you can zoom in and out as you need to. But again, when we're taking pictures of the property, we want to get a feel for the neighborhood. What's across the street, what's down the road, and a big shot of the house itself. Again, we've got 10 acres here, so we will also be taking drone pictures so that we can see the rest of the acreage behind us. So let's go look at the house. Houses here, it's really easy to tell if we have foundation issues because you can look right down the mortar line and it should be straight and even, and as I look down the mortar line I should not see any waves in the wall. So I look down this wall and I look down this wall. Those actually look pretty good. As I'm walking along here, I'm going to be taking pictures again, a big shot of the whole house, and then I'll be capturing the roof, and I'll take pictures of each section of the house too. So we have a little bit of wood rot right here, which is to be expected. It's an older house. Our fancy column went away and got replaced with a cheap wood post here, so certainly this all needs to be redone. And we got some really cool glass up in here, but I guess the birds like it too. This is really neat in here. Now notice right here, and I'll take pictures of this as well. We know this house has some foundation issues, and here's our first sign. When things start to separate like this, it means the house is moving. So follow me. Straight down. Now it's pretty level. It's pretty level. Now it's pretty level here as well. So right here. So we're going to work around the house. We'll take pictures of the roof. It's a metal roof, so there's really not a lot to look at here. If this was an asphalt roof, really, you're just going to have memorized what a new roof looks like. Basically, anything over 10 years old, we're going to replace anything. So we're going to get pictures of the windows, pictures of the air conditioning unit. And here's a hard lesson I learned. I don't know what's living in there, but something's in there. Could be bees, could be wasps. Just take a picture of it and just make a note. Here's our second signs of foundation distress. You have cracks in the brick right here, and then you can see where we popped around the window here. So this house has been moving, and indeed, oh yeah. So when I look down these mortar lines, they're wavy. You can actually see them wave a little bit, and it doesn't take much. A half an inch will do it. And you can see the wall bows just a little bit that way, but not this way. So on foundation, and that's something that people really worry about is foundations. Here's a rule of thumb. On a brick house, it's easy to see. On a siding house, you kind of have to look on the inside a little closer. We'll do that. But out here, it's going to be a pier every 6 feet. So it's pretty easy, and we can just imagine that if half of this wall is crooked, the other half probably needs help too. So I'm just going to step off. How many feet we're looking at here? So that's about 35 feet, and a pier every 6 feet, so we've got 6 piers along this wall. So on our spreadsheet, this wall gets 6 piers, and I don't know what's going on the front. It doesn't look too bad, even though we have some separation, but just to be safe, I'm going to put another 6 piers along the front wall. Let's see what we have here. By the way, we're on a rural house, so This is probably our septic tank. Look down this wall. This wall's pretty even. So 6 piers down there, and I'll throw in another 6 piers across front. This looks pretty good. We're going to count the windows. Just use your own good judgment, but if the window looks really bad, we're going to replace them. So count the windows. This is clearly an add-on, and clearly we've got issues. We've got rot. Look at that. That's not savable. Could be termites, could be water damage. Doesn't matter. It's kind of the same thing. You see there's dirt up here? That's termites, carpenter ant, something. So it's a pretty good bet. Yeah, this whole wall is loose. This whole wall is gone. So make a note of this, and then as we walk around the back here, if it's bad there, it's all loose here as well. Yeah, this whole thing is loose. So this probably looks worse than it is, and this might be something where you have to call in an expert, but the foundation is probably good. It's a slab foundation. It's probably just termites or ants up in the walls, so we would probably just take the walls down and rebuild them. So let's walk around the other side of the house. Can't get through the gate there, so we're going to do a little backtracking, but since we have to backtrack, check out this property. Again, we're going to launch a drone, but we've got 10 acres in it. So the land is actually, we're not going to ARV the house. We've done that already. When we're up here doing an inspection, we've already done our ARV. We've already got our days on market. All we're here is to make a repairs estimate by filling out the spreadsheet and by taking pictures so that if we have anything that we're uncertain of or anything we need help on, we've got pictures. And by the way, anything unusual, I am happy to ask for help. That's why we don't keep on this stuff. I ask for help all the time. I'm not embarrassed to do it. I always do. So we're going to walk around the house. Here's the garage. And again, I'm going to get a straight-on picture of this wall, just like I have every other wall. Take a picture of the side of the garage. Here too, when you see big separation here, the walls are doing this. And you can see a little wave in the wall here. And if you look down the mortar line, you can kind of see it doing that too. So I'm going to get a picture straight on here. I'm going to get a picture straight on of the meter, catching all that. Straight on picture here. And a picture from an angle here. While we're out here, you can see we have 2 other buildings. We'll get to those later. We don't really worry much about the buildings. If the building is spectacular, it adds a lot of value. If they're run-of-the-mill buildings like these, they help sell it. They really don't add value. But they're nice buildings. That one especially is nice. This one here just needs a little bit of check it out. So let's go inside. So a little safety tip. When you're going into a house that's unoccupied, you don't know what you're going to see. And when you're going into a house that is occupied, you don't know what you're going to see. So we have company issued tire thumpers for a reason. Just because we kind of like to use these to push and prod. You never know who's sleeping in a house. So I'm going to get a picture of this electric box right here. If it looks old, it is. And when you see cables run like this, you know that's not code. I mean, I'm not an electrician, but I know this ain't right. So when we fill out our spreadsheet, clearly we need a new panel. So I'm going to get one picture of this. Yes, we have a lot of popcorn falling down. You really shouldn't popcorn your garage ceilings anyway. And since I have exposed concrete in here, I'm looking for big cracks. These are little stress cracks. I don't worry about them. So we have some foundation issues, we know, but the slab is not falling apart. So with pictures in the garage done, let's And just for safety, we try not to use our hands any more than we have to. So we're in the kitchen. So again, in a methodical order, we're going to take pictures. We're going to use our flashlight here. Get my flashlight to work. And we're going to use our flashlight and we're going to look all along here as I'm taking pictures, getting pictures of the cabinets, getting pictures of the appliances, getting pictures underneath here so we can see appliances, countertops. So I want the whole kitchen, and in here I usually zoom it so I can catch the whole room at one time. And then we'll get a picture here too. This is the dining room. So kitchen, dining room. Look at the ceiling, look at the floor, look at the walls, what is behind. We don't know for sure. We are worried about termite damage, but generally termites happen on an exterior wall around something wet. So if there is going to be termite damage, it's probably going to be somewhere low around a sink area. And it doesn't feel too bad. So let's see. Let's see what's in room 1. So this is the add-on. Well, here we are. This is an add-on. So apparently this was a porch. We've laid carpet over it. You know, I don't really see too many cracks in the concrete. And we know this wall is damaged because we saw it on the outside. And sure as heck, if you look down here, see how that's all eaten through. That's termite damage. That's not natural. If you don't want it in your house, you don't want it in a house you're buying either. It's got to be fixed. So here's the bathroom. It's unoccupied. Take a picture. You don't have to get too carried away in there because obviously we're redoing the whole bathroom. There's a closet. Okay, I think we've captured enough in here. When you're filling out your spreadsheet, clearly this room you would add to the whole room gut. So as we walk through here, you know, we're looking at the floors. This floor certainly has to come up and fast. You can see there's some loose tiles here. This floor, and I'm going to get some pictures of this floor here. This wood floor actually looks pretty good. So I'm going to take pictures of the fireplace, and I'm going to take a picture shooting this way, picture of the front door. We know what the windows look like because we took a picture of that on the outside. I'm not really, let's see what we have for cracks. So we have a crack here, a crack here, and those are diagonal cracks, and then cracks over there. And let's see what we have here. We're cracking up here too. So we have to pier this whole wall. So we know we've already got 6 feet or 6 piers down there. So I'm going to step this off. Probably another 30 feet. Not quite 30 feet, so 25 feet. A pier every 6 foot. So just for round numbers, we'll do 5 more piers here. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 5 is 17. And, well, this is not good. So here, you see this crack here, here, and here. This means that well, it means 2 things. It means that the middle of the house is sinking as well. But if the middle of the house is sinking, and this is a pier foundation, this floor's got to go. So on our spreadsheet, new floor. And there's a crack here. So the inside actually looks worse than the outside. And a crack right up that corner. right down this corner. We're probably going to end up putting piers around the whole outside of the house. Got cracks here too. Okay. And here you see we had a crack and it painted over, just like I painted over that. See, when you have foundation issues, you can patch and paint. If you're not good, it looks like that. If you are good, then it looks good for a while. But they'll show back up again until you fix the problem. Cracks keep appearing. So far we've got 17 piers along here and along there. And all phones, if you're all questioning how level is the house, all phones, including iPhones, have a level app, and you can just lay your phone on the floor in various places, and it'll tell you if the floor is level. And you need to lay it in a series of places. Like, let's just do that right now. Well, this phone that I borrowed for this doesn't have a level app, so play along with me. But you'd lay your phone along here, and if you see that it's all green and level, then you're good. And these are just stress cracks, and you can even feel it in your feet. If you feel it kind of running downhill, you would see that it's unlevel the whole way. And houses don't sync all at once. They'll sync kind of like this. So as you're putting your iPhone or your Android phone in various places, you're looking for level. You're looking for the whole thing to tell you a story. Which is the high part of the house, which is the low part of the house. Generally, the middle of the house is high, and it's the edges that sink. But clearly we're sinking here too. So that's 12 feet. So that's another, we'll call 3 piers, because one on each end. So 17 becomes 19. And let's see what we have in here. I see no signs of distress. Okay, looks good. Here's a laundry room, and again, every room I walk into, I'm going to be zoomed out just a little bit to give me that wide angle view. And I'm going to get a picture of the whole thing. This is my HVAC, so I'm going to get a picture of that. It looks pretty good. We took a picture of the unit on the outside. Yeah, it's clean as a whistle. Someone's been taking care of that. So we will service it, because we service everything. But we don't do anything else. Don't have to take a picture of every closet unless you want to. Nothing to see in there. Well, I'm guessing this is a really old water heater. We'll take a picture of that too. So here we go. Back bedroom. This is the master bedroom. Let's look for, so they've recently painted this, but there's crack reappearing, here's crack reappearing. So we're getting a story of the house. The house is telling us a story, and the story is we're going to end up putting piers around the whole house. This wall looks good. So this will be another 20 feet, so 19, 20, 21, 22. Big old crack right up there, that tells a story. They didn't bother to fix that because it's in a closet. 23, 24, so we're up to 24 piers. And we are not done yet. So let's go in the bathroom, and again, a wide angle camera view of the bathroom. Same tiles, we know they gotta go. Bathroom is terrible, but it's not new, so the whole bathroom just got it. So when we fill out the spreadsheet, bathrooms get replaced. Okay. There's another bathroom. Not bad, but not good. Turn that heater off. So we're going to get that one as well. So we're essentially done with this house. So when we fill out our spreadsheet, and we'll fill out the spreadsheet on the same house, the only thing in question is how many piers. I'm up to 27, but just to be safe, I'm going to walk around the house one more time, step it off. You know, every step's about 3 feet. If you wanted to measure, buy yourself one of those little $20 wheel things, but just measure the perimeter of the house, a pier every 6 feet. And then the story that this house is telling us is right here. This is load bearing. This wall goes up into the attic and it's load bearing. There's cracks in this wall too. So we're going to do the entire perimeter of the house, a pier every 6 feet. And then we're going to do the length of the house, all the way to the garage, a pier every 6 feet. So I'm going to walk around one more time to check foundation, and we're done. So thank you for joining us for step 1. Step 2, we'll be filling out the spreadsheet. Have a good day.